about now? Can you hear me now? How audible am I now? How about now? Can you hear me now? How audible am I now? How about now? Am I quiet at all, or am I just completely gone? Because I can hear myself now on the replay. Am I quiet at all, or am I just completely gone? Because I can hear myself now on the replay. Troubleshooting, you know? At all, or am I just completely gone? Because I can hear myself now on the replay. Troubleshooting, you know? At all, or am I just completely gone? Because I can hear myself now on the replay. Troubleshooting, you know? At all, or am I just completely gone? Because I can hear. It is in, but a very low volume. Okay. Let's see what we can do about that. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic in, but it's very low. Okie dokie. Better, but still kind of quiet. Okay, so here's a volume warning because I'm going to turn something up and I might turn it up too loud. How is it now? Any better? I should turn slow mode off. What am I doing? That's it? It's good? We're good? Okay. Sweet. I hope you're enjoying the Molbo and the Tony Soprano and the Dobby. It's good stuff. Can I turn slow mode off while I'm streaming? Yes. There we go. Slow mode's off. Good deal. Hello. This is so weird. Don't normally do live streams. Slow mode's off. Great. You approve of the Molbo sig? I'm glad. We're going to play some games today. I'm trying to determine which game to play. It's either going to be Baldur's Gate 3 or Thea the Awakening. One is interesting to look at visually. The other one is actually tangentially related to like Slavic shit. So that's more, I guess, on brand. But I figured we'd just sit here and chat for a second before we get started. Background is exactly what you expected, Jedi. That's good. Hi, Rachel. Nice to meet you. Wait. What is that profile picture? You vote Slavic Tor? Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. Hey, Sig, I'm sorry. I'm going to add you as a moderator. You don't get a choice. Sorry. Don't listen to Tor. Slavic Gates. Oh, wait. Those are two different... Slavic Gates... What? Oh. Duty. Okay. Okay. Oi, oi, oi. Play what's fun. That is a good point. Wonderful audiobook narrator plays games. Yes, I play games, Chaotic. It's good to see ya. Mox, it's good to see ya. Whoever wins like a follower. Okay. Elcrew. So, basically, we're going to play a game. I don't know why I keep trying to make another intro. We're doing games. You don't want Baldur's Gate 3 spoilers and you're too poor to afford it yet. Okay, Tor. Well, I think there's a pretty high likelihood I'm just going to play Baldur's Gate. I know I gave a vote, but... Nah, let's do Thea. Why don't we just try Thea for a bit? If we don't like it, we can change games. Or, actually... I have a mystery third option. And by mystery, I mean it's not a mystery. It's called Wildermyth. And it's a game that's completely procedurally generated. And it has... let's just bring me on the interview. I mean, hey, Wolf, I don't know how to set that up. Um, love to talk to you, bud. Not even kidding. Just impromptu. It's worth it. But Wildermyth is a game that's it's completely procedurally generated. It's a dungeon thing, but in between you'll hop on. Okay, well maybe we won't do Wildermyth. Maybe we'll just talk with Wolf for a bit. Hold on, let me see if we can get this set up. No, you're not stealing the show. I mean, I was saying I might just play some games on stream for a bit because why not? I'm gonna be playing games anyway. Let Sig on to be annoying. It'll be fine. Sig, but if you're annoying, who will be in the chat to be annoying? Oh wait, we've got Helger here. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, let me get on Discord. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't notice that you pinged my stream. Okay. This was a hasty decision. Let me get back to YouTube. Howdy, Gray Matter. Good to see you. Yeah, Wolf, let me know what you want to do. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna boot up Wildermyth for a second. While we wait. It's hard to tell if he was joking or not. It's probably a joke. Get this up. Not joking, PC booting. Great, great, great. Well, why don't I just do this then, seeing as there's not going to be time to go into a game. Why don't I just make Molbo as big as possible? Right? And then just move myself out of the picture here. There we go. This is what everyone wants to see. A forehead stream, you know? Zoom and enhance, that's right. Boy. Hope folks are having a good day. I keep getting a warning saying that the bit rate of my stream is too low. I don't even know what a bit rate is. You know? Because normally I don't count my bytes per minute when I'm eating a sandwich. Oh, I'm getting a call from Wolf. Hey,
you are.
Hold on. Let me mute the audio on the stream for a second. Okay, Wolf. People should be able to hear you now.
Hell yeah.
Everybody,
How's everyone doing tonight?
Does sound all right for folks? I'm trying to wrangle all these massive
Yeah,
images
settings,
together.
audio settings are a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Just starting out.
Yes. Am I
Yeah.
louder than Wolf? Is Wolf louder than me? Can you hear my little fidget spinner going in the corner?
I can kind of hear your little fidget spinner when you spin it.
Okay, then I won't
But
spin.
like it's just like I can tell that that's the plot. If you didn't tell me what that was, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
And I probably wouldn't have even registered it. But because you said that, now I'm aware of it.
Okay.
And will always be aware of it.
Oh no. What have I done?
Wait, Wolf is louder by a touch, says Mox.
What is this? Oh, that's the window. Turn that off. Wolf's louder by a touch. Well, that's okay. I'll turn him a touch down.
How dare you? This is cishet oppression.
True. And? And? Okay.
Wow, cis is a slur now? Okay, great.
I mean... Oh, hold on. No, we're not going that direction. How do I... You know what? It's the best way to do this is if I just put Dobby over Tony Soprano and get myself right here. This is... I hope everyone's enjoying just having me fuck around with the stream images for a second. How was your day today, Wolf?
Man, it was something else.
Yeah?
It was a wild day for me.
I bet. Didn't y'all have a Hearthfire gathering yesterday?
We did.
How'd that go? I meant to ask
you about it.
Amazing. Yeah.
Do you mind me talking about it a little bit?
That was the segue to plug, yeah.
I just want to make sure.
No, you're good.
So, I've been working really hard on kind of growing the group lately. I've done pretty much everything except make a commercial for it. I'll go into chats. I got on Facebook because that's where like pagans are.
Mm-hmm.
And while I am doing that, I discourage everybody else from doing that. Stay off of Facebook. It's a cesspit. As someone who is spending time on paganism Facebook, it's the worst thing ever. I regret every moment of it. Except for the fact that I am able to plug myself to people who are local and looking for groups. I have said many times, like someone comes to me going like, hey, how do I find a group? I recommend looking on Facebook because that is how I'm finding everybody. And people are finding me pretty easily as well. So there are people out there like Georgia has several Facebook groups. One of them is called the Georgia Witches.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is called, I think, Georgia Pagans or something. I don't remember. But there are several groups. One of them has like 5,000 members. The Atlanta group alone has over 1,000 members. And then Pagans in Georgia has a couple thousand members in it. So it's Psychic Damage Simulator. Yes, Tor. And so there are local people out there, and you just have to know, how to find them, I guess. And I have been steadily trying to like find people, and I just kind of run everything through my personal Facebook. I say personal by like my Wolf the Red Facebook. It's not a page. It's not a group. It's just me making posts and putting out schedules and talking about things and just trying to get interest up. And we've had a lot of people show up. Last month, we had just over 40 people show up. Lots of new folks, people who have never been there before. And then this month, I think we had like 15 or 20 new people who had never been there before. And we had like another 41, 42 people show up.
That's awesome.
So it's amazing to watch the group grow. I kind of had a little bit of an epiphany. It's like, over the last like 6 months, we've had a lot of people kind of come and go, and people like promise they'll be back and all that good stuff. If all of those people showed up at once, it would probably be well over 100 people if they all showed up at the same gathering. And I don't even think it's people who are just like never going to come back. I think it's just schedule conflicts and stuff. So
right, life gets in the way.
It does. And for some people, the drive is just not worth it. And I can respect that, right? For me, it'll always be worth it no matter what. But I totally get it for some folks, it's always worth it. Like someone like Mox. Mox has missed like maybe 2 gatherings ever, and they're for really good reasons. But for them, that drive is worth it. They do everything they can. Mox and Wash do everything they can to come to every gathering to support and just be there and to be part of it, because that's what it is for them. And for other people, it's not that, and that's totally fine, because everybody's going to get something different out of it. But as long as they're having a good time while they're there, that's what's important to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the point of community, ain't it? If you're not having a good time, what's the point?
Tor says, Wolf has no camera here, so I like to imagine his voice is coming from the dog. Well, that's true. Actually, I am the dog.
The homophobic dog reaction in the corner. I don't know if you want to be the homophobic dog. Here, I'll make it bigger.
I mean, that would make sense, right? Because I'm... Never mind, I'm not going to say
Yeah, we're live.
Arthur Batch sound clip.
Yeah, this is TV, basically. I don't have a bleep button because this is the first stream, so that's the yeah. I'm glad that it's doing well.
Fishy, you are modded.
Fishy is modded, yeah. How did you know Fishy was? Oh, it shows for everyone, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. Fishy, you were modded from the time we were streaming with Valley talking about magic. Can you ban Valley?
Can I ban Valley? You can, yeah.
You need Valley to show up to ban Valley. You should spam ping Valley in the hold. Nobody do this but Fishy. Or not even Fishy.
Or not even in the hold.
Or not even in the hold. Just DM Valley 50 times. No, adding Valley in YouTube chat will not work, Fishman, but I admire your ambition, okay? You got the right spirit, kid. You got some gumption.
Fucking Fish just at Valley in the YouTube chat. Yeah. Oh, that was funny. That was very funny.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know how to segue from that. I'm not used to doing stuff live, and I think the more I comment on it, the less apparent it is. That's the way forward.
True. No, that is it. Yeah. They can't mock you if you've already mocked yourself, right?
Well, that's kind of my whole brand is self-mocking. If you think about it, don't though, because it won't make any sense if you think about it.
True.
What was the ritual you did at your last Hearthfire event?
We did a ritual to Odin, and it was a very interesting ritual. It'll be the one that we do next in the hold.
Okay.
Because I always like to do the Hearthfire ritual first. Well, that's not true. Sometimes I do mix it up, but I prefer to do Hearthfire ritual first and then do the ritual online. So that way it's like the people in person get it, and then the people online get it. It's just kind of how I've had that mindset. But the goal, the point of the ritual was for, let's see, I'm going to read a couple things if you're okay with that.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're all good.
His resilience. So this is Odin's resilience and fortitude. Experience, fortitude, and wisdom were like the 3 aspects. And I go through when Odin gave breath to Ask and Embla. I went over... I don't want to like misremember. I know I wrote it, but now I'm like, I want to read it specifically. Which I talked about how like everybody has their own path that they go down.
Right.
When when you're on, I love metaphors. Metaphors are my favorite thing in ritual. And so people walk their path throughout their life, and sometimes the going gets tough, and you run into obstacles, and so people will take a side path because facing the obstacle and what I refer to as the storm. When you run into the storm, you will want to take a side path and go into a building to seek shelter. And that's reasonable. It's reasonable to be like, okay, I need to step away from this for a minute and hide from the storm. But for a lot of people, they might stay too long. They might get too comfortable hiding from the storm because it's easier than walking out into the storm. And in the journey that they take, Odin kind of confronts the person a little bit, very politely, but confronts him and is like, are you really hiding from the storm? Are you just seeking shelter, or are you seeking shelter to hide from something greater, right? Like, are you using it? Are you using the storm as the excuse from doing what you know needs to be done?
Are you being controlled by that fear?
Correct. Correct. It's like things that you've kind of always dealt with, and then you go, but there's this one thing. It's like, well, no, you've kind of always been that way. You've kind of always had this thing that you've been avoiding, and you're using that as the excuse. And so I use words like apprehension quite a bit in the ritual, and just try to help guide people. I'm excited to perform it. No one has ever done an Odin specific ritual in our group. So it'll be really good to get that out there, I think. And for people to have a connection to Odin that I think is reasonable. I always try to find qualities for deities that anybody can pull from. It's like, okay, well, I don't really like Odin for these reasons. Or the biggest example of this is Fenrir. The Fenrir ritual that I did, even somebody who hates Fenrir should be able to utilize, if they put their bias aside, they should be able to utilize Fenrir's fight against injustice, because everybody experiences injustice throughout their life. Everybody has felt persecution and stuff like that. So using Fenrir to embolden them to fight back against that, to sharpen their own claws to fight back, is reasonable, as long as they are willing to put their biases aside.
Yeah, and as much as it's a ritual for Fenrir, it's a ritual for the people who are there. It's your in, how do I say this? In finding these like ways of conducting ritual around these specific aspects of the gods, you're tailor making it to be, I don't know. Well, as you said, even if you don't have practice with Fenrir, you could still go there and get something out of it, because
correct.
It is. What's the word around this?
It's hard to put it into words.
It's like equal parts God focused and person focused. And I think that's a place where most rituals should land.
I agree. I've kind of fallen into. I've talked about this a couple times, but I guess this is the first time I'm talking about it broadly. I was hit with some divine inspiration. I'm now comfortable like just saying that as fact. Is like, I felt like the gods just reached down into my brain and was just like, hooked the jumper cables up to it and went, no, we need to kick this shit into overdrive. And I've enjoyed my rituals in the past, and I feel like I've done a really good job on them, and I'm not ashamed of them whatsoever. However, this is a whole nother fucking level, and I'm very proud of where they're landing these days. And so a new structure that I've kind of got down is I start with I've got all my openings that I do, but I talk about how whatever the theme is, and relate it to everybody who I know is there. And usually I'm thinking about a few specific instances, because I do like prayer requests and stuff like that.
Right.
I kind of know what people are going through, and so I leave it vague, but I also know that there are people who are sitting in the circle going like, was that for me? And probably yes, it was. If somebody's like, oh, that I'm going through that, I wonder if yes, I did. And so I open the ritual that way so that people understand like, hey, these are the connections that we're making here, and go through like the experiences and the emotions and stuff like that. And let's see, I'm going to read a line here.
Okay. Go for it.
Yeah. So as a smith uses his hammer to shape a sword, so too should we allow ourselves to be crafted into a tool that fits our own purposes. When we rake a file down our blade, metal shavings fall to the wayside, and what is left behind is lethal, sharp, precise. There is utility in the careful brutality of being forged for a greater purpose in life. So it can be positive that, within reason, our own trials of life can serve as iron that sharpens our own iron on our journeys. It allows us to gain experience, fortitude, and wisdom. Who better to understand those qualities than the All-Father himself, Odin, he who breathed life into Ask and Embla, the ashen elm tree from which we were all carved, and it was his breath that started them on the path that every heathen would eventually walk. And then I roll into it from there.
No, that's great. I'm really glad that you're doing a ritual for Odin. Well, you've done one, you're going to do it again for Odin, because I feel like, for myself personally, Odin's one of those deities that I often feel is like the most misrepresented by the communities.
I agree.
Typically, which is very odd because, you know, he's the All-Father. In Icelandic tradition, he's the high god. I think it's Icelandic. He's the one we have probably the most sources for, other than maybe
easily
Thor.
The most.
I don't know.
Do you know how hard it was to narrow down like what to focus on with him?
I imagine it seems like you could just throw darts at a wall covered in things that you could be a god of, and Odin's ticked every box.
Every box.
But like, especially with the prevalence of like Brosutru and Valhall stuff, I feel like, because you had said
I didn't
endurance.
even touch on any of that.
Yeah, you had said what was it? You said endurance, knowledge, and
fortitude and resilience were the specific
fortitude
words
and resilience. I like that, because I think if there's anything to take away from Odin and the myths, it's like this unstoppable force.
He just pushes through because he's so focused. I talk about how he has an agenda.
He's duty bound.
And yeah, very duty bound. Go ahead. I feel like I cut you off there.
Oh, no. Kind of, but I mean, I was given either way. He, with this, when I feel like I see Odin in the myth, I feel like he's this unstoppable force. If there's anything to take away from him, it's that things won't change unless you continue to act. That there are things that are going to be uncomfortable for you, things that you are not ready to handle, but you have to handle anyway, because that is your lot in life. And I think that endurance and that perseverance is sometimes lost in the way that a lot of folks look at Odin. Like if you were making an Odin character in a strategy game, this is a ridiculous way to talk about the gods, but I'm going to go with it for a second.
No, go for it.
If you were going to put an Odin character in the strategy game, I feel like most pagans would be like, oh, yeah, give him a spear, make him really high attack, and make him rage. And that's valid, right? Mm-hmm. But when I think of him, I'm thinking of like, if I were designing that game, put him on a horse, supportive unit, going from like moving resources around, shit like that. I don't know what the rules for swearing. No, what am I talking about? It's YouTube.
You're allowed to swear.
Yeah, but like, I think of just something that is never stops moving. Right? Not even. Like maybe it'll be good at fighting, but you're left by the end of it astounded that it did so much without message retracted. What is that? I guess someone deleted a message. I don't know. I feel like that offensive, angry rage aspect of Odin is really hyped up, especially with people. And the prevalence of like thinking of Valhall as a good place, which
oh gosh, how many times have we run into that?
Gosh, Hello, Oliver Fox. Welcome. I think maybe this is a weird way to put it. I think Valhalla is, while it may be like influenced by Christianity to look this way, from what we can tell, I imagine that it's like a trap. You know what I mean? Like this is.
I call it a consolation prize for being brutalized in battle.
Consolation prize. Oh, that's. I think that's a good way to put it. Like you've had a tough life, so you're gonna still get to do it, but you're still gonna have this eternal life in Valhalla or whatever. But you need to work through this shit before you get anywhere else.
See, I actually wrote something on Valhalla recently. I have to find the channel that I typed it in.
Valhalla and its consequences have been a disaster for the human race. Sig, you have words. You have very fiery words. I don't know if I would say a disaster for the human race, but it's definitely not good. Gator Games and Heathenry Talk? Hell yeah. Oh, Fishy's back. Everybody leave.
Oh, okay.
We're done.
Bye.
No, wait.
Remember, go big or go home.
Stay cool. No, but how do I? Oh, I've forgotten how I end videos.
How do you end videos?
I've forgotten how I do it. Gosh,
do you not have a catchphrase?
I do have a catchphrase. Take care and take it easy, which is just chill.
It is chill.
I think that's the vibe I try to go for. Wait. If you don't remember, it never ends. Oh no, Chaotic has a point. You can't end without your catchphrase.
Can I tell you a little secret about the ritual?
Go for it.
I wrote a ritual that I was, happy with. I thought it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And I got done with everything on Friday night, and it was rolling into Saturday morning. It was Friday night around 12:15. And I got smacked with the biggest epiphany ever.
Okay.
And I deleted the other ritual and started over. And I wrote from 12:15 until about 4:20, 4:05, 4:15, somewhere around there.
You never give yourself a break, man.
Oh, and gosh. I think I put my phone down around 4:10, so I was probably done around 4. And I put my phone down, and I set my alarm for 8:00 at 4.
Mad respect.
And then I got up and went and led the community and did all the setup. I got there. I think only two people showed up before I did, only because I had to load all of the chairs. I had forgotten to load the chairs the day before.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wait a minute, I meant to do this. And so it took me about an hour to load all the chairs up and get them secured. And then I got there and started setting up, started putting it all together, and led the ritual. And it was really awesome. I was really happy with what I ended up with.
I'm glad it worked out for you, man. Just deleting everything the night before and then starting over it's a very bold strategy.
It was. It was a bold strategy, Cotton, and damn, it paid off.
But I mean, respect for following your gut. When you feel something needs to be done, acting on that, it's good. I'm stumbling. I had meant to ask, or say rather, if anyone has questions in the chat, feel free to put them in the chat. Because if we're here, we might as well just, I don't know.
Quickly, someone ask a question right now. We'll answer it.
You have
Any
10
question.
seconds to put your question in the chat. If it's not in 10
9,
seconds, we're going to point
8,
and laugh at you.
7,
6,
5,
5,
4,
5,
3,
5,
2,
5,
4.
5.
Anyone really been as far as decided to even want to do more look-alike?
No, but someone
What's the
should.
color of the Franco-Prussian gay war?
The color of the... I think it's red. I think war
Why
is
are you
generally
awesome?
red.
All right, Glade, why are you awesome?
Well, it all started when I was born. I just happened, you know.
Yeah.
As very young Turkish boy, it took a lot of work for me to get to where I'm at now. And you'd be amazed the things I've seen on my journeys. Why is Molbo on the screen? Molbo's on the screen because he's my little guy. He sits on the oh, how do I? It's mirrored. He sits on the couch. I didn't want to take that little Turkish boy joke any further. Does Odin close his other eye when he shoots an arrow? Okay, what's the thought?
As I was writing, I almost wrote Odin winked. I almost wrote it down.
Oh, that's good.
I was like, wait.
It's good to have levity in a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it doesn't take everyone too far out of the moment. You know, there have been times where I've read a ritual and I've been like, I love this joke, but I need to take it out because I think if I say it, we're all gonna bust our asses laughing, and no one's gonna be in like the right headspace to keep going. What's the
know
thought?
how
Go for
we
it.
wet the when we're in ritual and we're gonna bless somebody with the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know how we throw the water with the branch?
Yeah.
So the way my instructions are written is cross your arms across your chest if you don't want to receive the blessing.
Right.
Have your hands held in front of you if you want a dab on the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And hold your hands open if you want to be blessed like the rains down in Africa.
That's good. Oh, I love it.
Scones or bread?
I can't say scones because if I say scones, I'll have to say that a scone is basically a biscuit. And then
That's what I thought.
I'll get all the British people.
I don't know
mad
what
at
the
me.
difference is.
Scones are worse. They're tougher and they're British. That's really the big issue.
Say hi to everybody on YouTube.
Hey, everybody on YouTube.
Hey, Katie. Okay.
A good girl. I hate Molbo. Wolf throws a bucket of water at you. Garlic cheese sourdough bread. Everybody says, hey, Katie.
Okay. What got you interested in Slavic stuff from Tor? It started out with me looking into Hungarian stuff and then realizing that that was way too complicated. And I was not going to succeed there. And then that just kind of was like, well, what else is... Well, I had started doing like looking into Magyar stuff, and that was very complicated, very different from what I'm used to. And then I was like, well, there's some Slavic deities that would have been worshipped around the same area. Why don't I look into that? And then I had an experience with Mokosh, and just went from there. Couldn't. Once you get a little taste of the god juice, I didn't like that. Things you don't turn around. What does that mean? They're so different, you can't tell by looking at them. Okay, that was the last of the questions. All good.
What if they're bad, though?
What if they're bad? That's not my problem. Boy, I wasn't planning to do a talking stream, and so I didn't prepare anything.
How do you like to write ritual?
That's a good question. Thank you. I appreciate you, Wolf. You're. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, when I like to start by identifying what is the goal of the ritual. I was talking the other day with someone who was asking for help writing a ritual. I start by identifying what is the goal of the ritual. What do I feel in the moment I need for myself or the community might need. Whatever group you're leading in ritual. Start by identifying the need and then working backwards from that, which is similar to the way that I write any of my magic. I think it'd be hard to do it in reverse. But I don't try to be too planned out about it when I start writing, because it's just, I feel like if I did a full outline of what I'm trying to do for ritual before I even started writing ritual, I would lose my mind, frankly. Most of it comes from, well, what seems to get across what I'm trying to do in the most poetic way possible. Oh, shoot. What was I going to say? Oh. No, I've lost it. I've lost it completely.
Oh, no.
It wasn't that important. It was a little thing. But, I mean, little things are important. Hey, it's okay. There's no one who's short here. We don't have to say that. This is a bad bit. This is a really bad bit. Quick, make the dog bigger. Are there any swamp spirits that you may know of? Is that an actual question or is that a meme? Because, like,
I want to know swamp spirits. Tell me your top 5 favorite swamp spirits.
I don't. Well, there's Jeff. Jeff's great. No, I mean, I don't think I actually know of any like folkloric swamp spirits, which is, if it's a meme, I bit the onion. Oh, I don't know. I don't really know about any folkloric swamp spirits besides saying like a will-o-wisp, you know. But those are, if you've never seen a will-o-wisp in person, which not the spirit but the phenomenon, it's when a pocket of like methane gas from underneath the water starts coming out of the river, and sometimes it ignites, and so it's just this ball of fire floating over the water's surface. Gorgeous, spectacular. I don't know what they are in folklore. In fact, my understanding is that they lead people to their death. But I may be wrong on that. I'm not. Fishy would have to cite me on that. I don't know why Fishy, but I don't know. There's Jeff, the cypress tree. Never gave him a name before. We have folkloric dragon in North Carolina. Folklore in the South, there's bad history too. Okay. That's why in Lord of the Rings they had those little fires over the bog. Yeah, that's a real thing. It's a real thing that happens. Do you find that you recite what you've written for ritual or memorize? Does it impact how you feel about or during the ritual either way?
I can answer that one.
Yeah, go for it.
I can't fucking memorize ritual to save my life. I write a prayer to walk around the circle and give each person individually every time. I fucking write the line, the sentence. May you have wisdom, courage, and resilience to be the master of your own path. I have to say that 7 times out loud to the group and be like, y'all remember it, say it back to me. What did I say? Like we have to like go through that in the moment. And it's funny and it's fun and it gives us a sense of levity, and we're also in a transition period and all that stuff, and we're getting things ready. But I'm constantly I have to go, wisdom, courage, resilience, master of your path. Wisdom, courage, resilience, master of your path. And then I can go around and say the prayer as it's supposed to be said. I wrote it, and I can't even remember that off the top of my head, right? I have to like sit there and say it. So my rituals are long. Most of mine are over 3,000 words. And for those of you who don't know, that's like 20 minutes or so.
How many words you say? I'm sorry. Like 3,000?
I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
The Odin ritual was 3,500 words.
Okay.
I think the Freya ritual was 3,700 words. The Fenrir ritual, I think, was like 3,200 words. So that's a pretty. It's like all over 1,000. I'm sorry, all over 3,000 words, and each 1,000 words is usually like 5 minutes of speaking or so, give or take. So that's like talking for 15, 20 minutes straight.
You talk 1,000 words in 5 minutes?
I think.
That's.
I thought that's what it was.
That's
or is 1,000 at 10 minutes? Is it 8 minutes?
I think 1,000 is like 10 minutes. I think that's. Maybe I just talk slow. I don't know, but I think 1,000 is like 10 minutes. But I trust you over how you do it. If you're thinking it's 3,500 words, you're saying it's 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes.
But no, I don't think I talked for 30 minutes.
Oh, well, good. That's a lot.
Let's look at a YouTube script. You talk for a minute, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'll answer the question as well. As far as reciting versus memorizing my ritual, I want to do more memorizing my rituals. If they're short, I'll do it. I haven't done that many short rituals, though, is the thing. I did a short ritual at Midsummer last year, but besides that, my rituals tend to run kind of long. I think on New Year's Day I did a adaptation of a Catholic mass as a heathen ritual, and that ran about as long as a mass. It was an hour, and I couldn't memorize that. Maybe if I was doing it once a week, for a while, I'd pick it up. But there's no shame in the script game, especially if you write some good bangers in there. Memorizing it does kind of make the performance better. I think it'll make for a more impactful ritual, but there's nothing wrong with just reciting it. What about personal ritual? Like if you're doing something bigger than a prayer, but still one-on-one with the gods, same deal. If I'm doing a personal ritual, I usually don't write it out unless it's like I'm performing one that I've done before. I'm realizing I'm getting a little bit of that neighbor from Home Improvement situation where you don't see my mouth, you just see the top of my head. But no, for like a personal ritual, I don't typically write those out unless it's something that I've done before, because frankly, if it's just me and the gods, I want to speak from the heart. It stutters and all, I ask because I find if I have a paper in front of me, hella distracted by the letters and pronunciation, but memorization is also tricky. No, that's totally fair, because sometimes you'll look at a word and it's like, this is not right. That's how this word is spelled. It's not how it sounds. And that one moment of confusion can fuck with the whole way that you're talking, the whole line that you're delivering. So like if you can memorize it, good. You'll probably have a better time doing that. But if you gotta weigh if that's worth the effort for yourself. Let's see. Heathen Mass, hell yeah, cool, love long rituals. Boy. I thought there might have been some Native American spirits from the swamps. I don't know anything about that, Philip. That's not my jam. Frank, I don't know where you could find stuff about that. Where you could look. What was I going to say? Wolf, you still here?
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Yeah, okay. Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, yes. My Philia ritual was not Philia ritual, but my Philia video was 4,800 words, and that's a 34-minute video.
3,400 words, and it said.
So almost 5,000 words is about 35 minutes.
Okay. That's good time. I think that's making good time.
I feel like I went really slow in that video too, because I had I would pause and give people time to think and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot to say in that video though.
Yeah, I know that was an important one for you. What was I going to say? Do you? Yes. Thanks. Sorry.
You're good? Do I what?
I've completely lost it. This is kind of par for the course. This is why I usually have a script. Shoot. Oranges or bananas?
Not a big fan of oranges, especially as a fruit.
What about as a color?
Pulp. It's okay. I typically don't see color, but yeah, it's fine.
Because you're a wolf?
Yeah, wolves are colorblind.
I don't know if that's true. I think they see in two colors, and so everything looks kind of yellowy.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That's called colorblind.
Is it? I need to get my eyes checked. I've been seeing in yellow this entire time.
I think that's Helgreer's fault, and Helgreer knows why.
I don't like the implications of that statement. Helgreer, if you're still in the chat, I'm sorry.
Helgreer's spiritual dedication in our DMs, their nun spiritual dedication.
I know what you're talking about. I wasn't going to give it more time of day. It's very funny, but no one else knows what that is.
Well, there's a couple people.
Well, there's a couple people, yeah. But it's Helger's fault. There was a question asked from Chaotic. Asked this in the Celt area about some UPG with the Dagda. But what are your feelings on swearing in private prayer ritual? I swear like a sailor normally, so speaking from the heart. Well, you know, I don't think the gods mind if you say fuck. But I don't actually tend to swear when I'm like writing something out, because it's just not really in my it's not really in my lexicon when I'm writing a ritual, because it feels almost I don't know, not irreverent, because I don't think it's irreverent.
I agree.
It is it just feels out of place personally. Like it breaks the tension of these poetic lines that you're writing to try and convey emotion. Not that, now, to be fair, there are some emotions that you can't express without the word fuck, right? But I think those aren't normally the ones you're going to be writing a ritual about, typically.
So I agree with you, and I'm kind of along the same lines. Is that, like, no, fuck, it's not a bad word. It's not irreverent. I don't believe in swear words. I don't think they exist. I am against the concept of a bad word. All words are just words, and it's the meaning we put behind them. So me saying, oh no, and also, oh fuck, that means the same thing. One is not worse than the other. There are no dirty words. This is something I've believed in very heavily for a very long time, and I've been very passionate about. my kids have been able to say whatever they want within context. My kids can go, fuck yeah, but they can't go, fuck you, dad, because then there's
Right.
some meaning behind that it's like, I would much rather them, and it's not so much that I'm like upset that they're mad at me, it's that I want them to be able to communicate to me what it is that they would want to say fuck you, dad about, right? It's like, we clearly have something there that we need to go through, and fuck you, dad doesn't get that across. So that's where I would be
Right.
upset in that context. But my kid can definitely go, fuck yeah, or fuck no, and be like, okay, well, let's, explore that or whatever. And so, I think that just broadly applies to ritual as well. If you want to include the word fuck in all of your rituals, you totally can. There's literally nothing wrong with that. However, I am of the same vein as Glade, where it's like, when I'm sitting down to write something, the word fuck just doesn't come up, and I'm not sure why, I guess, now that you're like saying that.
Well, I think
Go ahead.
I think part of it is that a lot of the words that are labeled as like swear words are words that we only use when we're expressing like an intensity of emotion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you don't normally say shit unless something is the shit, or if you're in the shits, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're writing something out, you're not going to be in the same emotional state as when you're performing something. So when you're having you're doing a really good prayer from your heart, you might pull out one of those words because you're expressing something intense. But when you're just writing it feels out of place because you're not in that same state.
You're not in that same state.
Yeah.
Like in ritual, sometimes I flub, like when I'm reading my script, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'll be like, blah, 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 very passion and elaborate and beautiful poetry, blah, blah, blah. And then flub, flub, flub. Sorry, let me start over. Blah, 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 flub, flub. Shit. All right, let me start over. And so, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Like, saying the word shit or fuck in the middle of my ritual would not be bad. Like, we wouldn't have to, like, saying the place or anything like that.
No. Well, you shouldn't be saying anything anyway. This is a bad bit. Piss. Saying has piss. Don't.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, saying is a piss thing. I mean, it can also be a spit thing. I know you know that.
No, I didn't.
Oh, No,
I didn't.
You didn't? Okay. Well,
I thought saying was just another word for purifying or for blessing,
well,
or for like
It's like a Celtic cleansing, and I'm sure I'm gonna make Tor and all the Celts in the chat upset with this. It's like a Celtic cleansing, but I think it's traditionally like they used to do it with piss.
Now that you're saying that, I guess I am remembering us talking about that, but I just put that out of my mind. It got into my head clearly 2 minutes ago, and I wouldn't have remembered that. But now that you're saying that, I guess I am remembering us talking about that at one point. But yeah, I guess I just always conceptually thought of saying as just like kind of a blessing or a banishing of like a hallowing. Hallowing is another word that I guess I thought they were synonymous. Hallowing and saying. I
think it is. Tor is getting very upset in the chat, saying that it doesn't have to be piss. You can use water. But I know what you're saying.
I thought that was true.
I see you, Tor. You're not fooling me. You're not. When writing something passionate, I find there are words that better fit what I want to say than fucking. But if I say it naturally, it's fine. Oh shit, one sec, gear, I dropped my fucking libation. True.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's like in the moment, I'll probably say piss, shit, and fuck. But when I'm giving myself the mental time to look for words that get the point across a little bit better, right. Piss, shit, and fuck don't come out very often.
I just realized this is an unprecedented opportunity to be mean to all the Celts, and I shouldn't do it, but it is my favorite pastime.
We'll do it.
Well, no, I can't, because then the Danu Morrigan triple goddess horn fair folk is gonna come get me, and I'll be carted away into the seining pits where all the sane goes. do my Tane impression. I'm not doing my Tane impression, Fishy. That's never happening on stream. Gosh, I was going to say something.
Don't be scared.
No, it's not that I'm scared. It's that it's really bad and it's kind of offensive. I don't think Tane would appreciate it. This is slander and misinformation. Shake my head. Okay, Tor. Besides like a hallowing or a cleansing, is there anything that you like make sure you want to have in your ritual?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, in rituals that you do, besides like a hallowing of the space at the start.
Oh, you want me to go through my cookie cutter post?
Well, I'm just wondering if there's anything else that
cutter.
you like. Oh, okay. Go. If
I have
you
a
want to do your
cutter.
cookie cutter post, go for it.
Yeah. Actually just made it. That's why I know I have it. All right, so I do the before we get started, I want to invite everyone to have a chance to put forward a prayer request for the community to hear. And I tell people, they can do that, and we go around the circle. The first time I ever did that at an event, no one did it. And this last time, pretty much everybody did it. And I was so happy that people felt comfortable enough to talk about things that they wanted the community to be thinking about during ritual. And after everybody does it, I tell people to we do a half moment of silence for about 30 seconds. It's like, let's contemplate everything we just heard, and then we'll move into ritual. And then I do the duality of the elements, where we invite fire and water and talk about the cleansing aspect. And then Ocean and I walk around where I have Ocean carry this. I have decided this is how we are doing it moving forward. Ocean carries the water, and I carry the torch. And they dip their hands in the water, and the smoke cleanses as we go around. And I explain the duality of that.
That's
then
wonderful.
I know, I love it. It's great. It's great. I just kind of like clicked yesterday perfectly. I've been trying to get that right for about 6 months, and yesterday was perfect, and that's how we'll be doing it from now on. Because at one point I tried it. I like had a table set up with the bowl, and people had to form like a single file line to get into the ritual space. And so I would be standing there at the fire with the torch, and the bowl was on the table, and one at a time people would set their stuff down on the table, dip their hands, and then walk into the ritual space and then go around. And that was probably the second best version of that, but I preferred what we did yesterday a little bit better. I think that just flowed better. Then the other thing we do, I light the fire and say, I say, I will light this fire, and you repeat, I will keep the flame. And so we make sure that the fire is like good and wet with lighter fluid. So yeah, kerosene, whatever. And so I touch the torch, and it immediately whooshes to life. So it's a really good moment there. Then I invite the Fender of the temple. It's usually Ocean when I'm leading, and I'm usually Fender when he's leading. And we do the May the Gods Guide Us bit. And then I've added to that, May Arphelia shadow us. That's a new line that I've added to that. Then the blessing bit, where I write one line to give people as a blessing, and then the prayer to all the gods, God seen and unseen, heard and unheard, and I go through that. And then the very ending, from the gods to the earth to us, from us to the earth to the gods. So those are like the big points that get repeated into every ritual, no matter what it is we're doing.
Do you want to explain a little bit about the Fender of the temple, what that role means?
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Fender makes a lot of sense. Like, think about the fender of the car. It's the front of the car that protects the car.
Oh, I was not even thinking about a fender.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was thinking like defender.
Where do you think that word got its name? Defender, protector.
No way.
It's the fender of the car is the protector of the front of the car.
No, it's the bumper. The bumper protects. Okay. I'm sorry. Continue.
It's your front fender.
Isn't Fender the guy from Futurama?
Oh my god.
with the blackjack and the hookers.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry.
Deep breaths, Wolf. Deep
Yeah.
breaths. Bumper, yep, because it bumps. Thanks, Finn.
Well, it's the bumper because that's what you use to bump into things. Intentionally.
Yes, etymology with Wolf. But yes, that is where those words come from. There's a couple lines in the saga somewhere that Ocean showed me that I don't remember off the top of my head, but I remember him showing it to me, and we just kind of agreed that the fender role is the protector role, and so I always have some kind of weapon on me, like a sword or a spear or something, and Ocean and I both really like the bell. I've always liked the bell, but he's kind of adopted carrying the bell. I expected him to like want to do his own thing, but he started picking up my bell when cleansing the space. So you go to the four corners, and I don't look at a compass. It's just stupid. It's just wherever you start from, hit four points in a diamond shape, and each spot you stop at, you start with "May the gods guide us." Where is it? May our gods guide us. May our oaths keep us. May our deeds free us, and may our ancestors aid us always. And the line that I've written is, "May the spirits who are based and chill vibe among us. May our Philia shadow us. May the blessings of the gods be over our heads. So let it be." And the point is that you're creating a hallowed space, and the defender will walk outside of the group. If the fender does a bit of stretching during ritual, would they become the fender bender? No, that's... Never
yes,
mind.
The answer is yes. Don't listen to Wolf.
About to
it's
make
a fender. Oh.
You're a defender. This is motivating to finish my hearth ritual. Do it.
Yeah, go for it. Oh my gosh, Fishy, you still haven't finished your hearth ritual? You're supposed to put that on tomorrow. Everybody shame Fishy. He's not supposed to put it on tomorrow. No, this is completely made up. I just wanted a reason to make fun of Fishy. And for everyone to join in. I feel like he's been writing that one for a while, though.
We have someone in chat. Thorhall says, yesterday was my first ritual with Wolf, and I loved it, and it went really well, very fluid. Yeah, Thorhall showed up to Hearthfire yesterday, and he was with us. So that was really cool to have him hang out. He brought a couple friends with him that were pretty cool. Pretty cool dudes.
Always good to have new people.
Can we shame Fishy anyways? Always.
Yes, that's the goal, Svenolf.
Correct. My trust is broken. My night is ruined. Yeah, that's fair. I thought this was the hearth ritual. Yes. All right, Fishy. Let's tag out, buddy. You go ahead and come on up on chat.
Yeah.
Start
Here,
reading
Fishy,
your
I'll add you to the call. Everyone here is okay with participating. This is not happening. No.
Everybody, we're about to learn about hearth from Fishy.
Ritual consent, something.
All right, bet. Hell yeah, Fishy. Love that attitude, bro.
I was gonna say, for myself, I think I think I do offerings in a way that's different from most folks. I don't prefer to burn things. I drown them. I've
drowned offerings.
Well, yeah.
Typically, I don't have access to a large body of water that I feel is appropriate to drown.
When I do my offerings at home, if I'm doing something at home and not like out in the wild, I'll drown it in a fish bowl. There's no fish. Cool. There's no fish in the bowl. The fish.
When
I'm
at home, I don't burn offerings. I typically offer food, food and drink, and it's all stuff that just goes in the woods.
All stuff that just goes in the woods. Oh,
yeah. So if it's food, I just toss it into the woods, or if it's water or drink, I just toss it into the woods.
Right. That's holy moly. I'm having an aneurysm. My brain. Oh my gosh.
The cauldron at Midsummer. Yeah. Tell people about the cauldron at Midsummer.
Oh, the cauldron at Midsummer. So at Midsummer, I had held a ritual to Freyr, to Mokosh, and to actually no, it was just to Freyr and Mokosh. We were doing a ritual for what's the way to say this? It was meant to like bring you up because we're having a good time now, but we're all gonna have to go our separate ways. There was a blessing in the ritual for like endurance to help you get rid of some things that you can shake and then help you deal with the things you gotta have for your own battles. Calling back to earlier, you gotta fight your own battles sometimes. The cauldron was had everyone who showed up to Midsummer came in. A lot of people wrote things on bay leaves that was supplied by Ray. But you go in, you put your offering in the cauldron at the end of the ritual, or once everyone's got their things in, tie up the cauldron, give it a little blessing before we dump it into the water, and that lives down there now. I dived into the lake, swam as close as I could to the bottom, dropped off this iron cauldron that's going to sit there, and then swam up. So that just lives at the bottom of the lake now.
We love it.
Yeah. I mean, eventually the stuff in the cauldron will come out because it wasn't sealed very tight. It was just a little piece of twine. The stuff in the cauldron will come out and get eaten by the fish and the good stuff. Nothing went in there that was not safe to be left in the water or safe for consumption of fish. There wasn't like any grain or any bread.
What about the cocaine?
You know, I
love how
I'm gonna have to end this stream. Well, no, because I can't defend that. And now I've made such a big reaction. It's gonna look like there was cocaine in there. There's not cocaine in there. There was not. Hold on. I haven't touched the stuff in years. Don't even. Hold on. No, I'm actually. Never mind. I won't say anything about that. The fish pre-seasoning themselves with the bay leaves. Jesus, Tor. No, we did not catch and eat the fish. Although there was a point where I was considering doing like catching a fish for the ritual. But I think that it didn't work out logistically. Boy. I have an offering stump in the woods on the trail I take Sally on every day. I just take offerings with me before I leave. Yeah, whenever I get that, Knox. How many feet down was I don't know how many feet down it was. When I go out, there's a nature preserve just like 10 minutes up the road from where I'm at. It's a big old swamp, and there's some walking paths through there. And whenever I go out, I wear my backpack, and I look like a crazy lady because in my backpack there's a container of rice, and I just fucking sprinkle it as I'm walking every once in a while. I'll be like, "Thank you. Have some rice. Appreciate it. Keep doing what you do." Oy, oy, oy. What do you think is your favorite ritual you've ever wrote?
The Fenrir one. It's easily my best.
I should have seen that coming. What do you think? What made it the best for you?
The intensity of it. Just how, because I'm taking something that is seen as evil, like explicitly, just pretty much everybody agrees. Even the people who are like inclusive, they're like, I don't really want to touch that energy. He's the one who ends the world and he kills Odin and all this stuff. So I think that with that understanding, I don't technically blame people, even though I think they have it wrong, right? It's just like they haven't looked into it past some stuff, right? Their biases are keeping them from being able to like look at things a little bit broader. And so being able to write a ritual that lets people have more, I think is good. I was able to like kind of touch on some things that needed to be touched on. I feel like how do I say this? I talk about injustices in the world. I talk about atrocities, war crimes, stuff like that. I don't know. I just really, really, really like that ritual. Being able to highlight positive qualities in a deity that is
so negatively held.
So usually demonized. He's
Yeah.
just like straight up demonized. I call him the demonized battle wolf. That's one of his kennings.
Demonized battle wolf. That's badass. That's meta.
Yeah.
But no, I get that. That's, I mean, it's powerful stuff. I feel weird every time I go to an event with one of your events. One of the rituals guaranteed makes me cry every time, and I don't normally cry all that often. You do a good job at conveying what needs to be said. Yeah.
Do you mind if I read Fenrir's kennings?
Yeah, go for it.
Ferocious fighter, demonized battle wolf, false devil, fettered unfairly. And so this next part, Loki is seen as a god of chaos, and Angrabotha is the god of sorrow. Her name means sorrow. Mm-hmm. And so he's his next two kennings are son of chaos and son of sorrow, accused of evil, betrayed by a friend, rebellious hound, render of flames, breaker of chains, which is my kenning for him. And you who bring justice, equitable liberator, you who fight tooth and nail, keeper of the wild woods.
It's a lot of kennings.
I always try to make sure that there's like about 20, somewhere between like 10 and 20, so that people can kind of get a feel for the kenning has to have a purpose. I don't. Right. Looking at Odin's kennings for yesterday was actually really hard because he has like 170 listed names, and some of them are just like random.
Right.
And I'm just like, no, I want it to like fit the vibe. Like, there has to be a purpose. Yeah.
I find it really hard when you're trying to find kennings for like Thor in particular, because you'll be trying to write a ritual and then half of the kennings for Thor are smasher of giants or like that. I mean, that kind of vibe when you're looking up like I feel like there's a lot of really aggressive kennings for Thor, which makes sense mythologically, but like it's I don't know. It's not the vibe I get from him. I don't feel like he's I feel like if he's out smashing giants, it's because the giants did some shit. Which is, I don't know, maybe not conveyed all that well in the kennings.
Sorry if I pause and get silent for a minute. I'm so Megan Halverson is the tattoo artist who does all of the awesome Norse tattoos. Mm-hmm. She is in town for the next couple of weeks, for those who don't know. Katie got tattooed today, and my tattoo starts first thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. And Megan and I are going over some final details. And I am getting a Thor god mask. Ooh. And it is going to be a little big. So we're making sure that all the details are just right for that.
No, do what you need to do. Sounds like it's going to be a fun time. I feel bad for whatever pain you're going to have from
I'm genuinely
such a
nervous.
Huge tattoo.
Genuinely nervous. Very veering into the realm of being afraid for tomorrow.
You got 2 massive hand tattoos. You'll be fine. And the head one. This is...
that's kind of how I keep rationalizing it in my mind, is that I did both hands, the back of my head, which you're not supposed to touch the back of the head, and then my entire back has like black shade, like not shading, but solid black work on my spine and across my lower back, from one hip to the other on the back. I don't know what that's called. But yeah, my belt line basically is from back hip to back hip in solid black. I guess, my waist, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that if I can live through that, like sternum will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about the nips. We're gonna figure out placement tomorrow, but I'm worried about the nips. Not gonna lie. We'll see what happens.
Get some lidocaine.
Maybe. I've got some numbing cream. I've got tattoo numbing cream from the company called Tattoo Numbing Cream.
Mm-hmm.
They're based in Australia. I ordered some for last year and it didn't show up in time, but I have 3 massive like vials of it. So I'll be able to slather it up tomorrow.
Hopefully that'll be good. So are you leaving to go, or are you just gonna be like quiet every once in a while?
Oh no, I'm just texting her back as we're like exchanging information back and forth.
Gotcha.
So when I get quiet for a minute, I'm like typing. That's all.
You're good.
I just wanted to apologize for that.
No, you don't have to apologize. I was just about to try and find some like copyright-free music.
If you want to go and do your game stuff, you're more than welcome to. I didn't want to monopolize your chat. This doesn't have to be a Wolf and Glade chat.
You're good. I think I will start some games. It was nice having you
on. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to do it.
I appreciate you helping me warm up here a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I saw you were like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, come on.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't. I got the word bad disorder. That's why I'm an actor, because it's paradoxical, and so.
Well, you need a script.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I hate talking in public. It's the worst. Without a script.
You're really good
without
at
a script. So. Oh well, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I'm going to start the games then. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. You have a good evening. Okay.
Yeah, you too, bud.
All right. Bye.
See you. How do I leave a Discord call like that? Haha. Okay, everybody. Feel free to continue to put questions in chat. I'll still read them. I'll still answer them. But I think we're going to get started with a little game of Wildermyth. If I can make this work. If you weren't here for the beginning of the stream, this is a game where there's like procedurally generated comics in between your actions. And so they'll say random stuff, and sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit, you know? But how do I is the window capture not up? Oh my gosh, it's so small. Let's get this big on the screen here. And let's make me a little smaller. Top left. Yeah, there we go. Hold on. How do we get Dobby back in here? Yeah, let's get Dobby back in here. There we go. Let's see. Fishy's saying Pummel Party. Fishy, I would love to do a game of Pummel Party, bud. You'd have to find some other people for that. Don't numb before tattoo without approval. Yeah, that's a good point. Pineapple on pizza, yes or yes. Actually, I do like pineapple on pizza, and the only reason I like pineapple on pizza, which is, is because I had a roommate who only ate one kind of pizza, and so they got Dobby looks like me in my ritual card. So they'd only order this one kind of pizza, and it was the only pizza we ever ate because we were broke, and so we couldn't afford to get like more than one pizza. Are you kidding me? And it was ranch, bacon, cheese, and pineapple. And I'm like, that's a really weird pizza. I'm not gonna judge you for it, but that's a really weird pizza. And then they had the audacity to judge me for putting hot sauce on that pizza. So look, if you're gonna be a pizza snob, be a pizza snob, but you better be consistent about it, okay? If you like pineapple, you can like pineapple, but don't be like, oh, you put this sauce on your pizza. What's going on? It's ridiculous. Do I have any gator stuff on my altar? You know, I don't actually, and the only reason is trying to find any gator stuff that's like ethically sourced kind of hard, and I just don't have the money to buy new altar things at the moment. And so that's a bit out of reach. Ranch and pineapple. Roommate put Tabasco and salt. Wait, let's just get started. Standard difficulty, no mods, whatever. Yeah, next. Oh, the game is lagging. Here we go. How do I not get a legacy character? Can it just be someone random? Okay. What do you think, folks? Should we do... There's 3 classes in this game. You got mages, rogues, and warriors. 3 warriors. Mages. But essentially because everything is... what's the word? Because everything is randomized. You can input things in here for like their personality and stuff for all the weird text, the comic strips that'll pop up afterwards. So why don't we actually we'll leave you be. Let's rescue Garmin Lord because it'd just be funny. Or actually, Garmin Lord's son, Little Garm Jr. If you don't know who Garmin Lord is, this is a joke, a satire. I don't like the guy. He runs a Theod, and that's not good stuff. Do not allow random romances. Why not? No, they're cringy to read out. Rivalry, children, whatever. Let's make this guy as wide as physically possible. Very short. Does this look like Garmin Lord? I don't know. Now I gotta pull up a picture of Garmin Lord. Founded Theodism. Yeah, I say he runs a Theod. He's the guy who founded Theodism. Pretty big difference. Is it bad to put somebody's face on stream? I think probably not if it's Garmin Lord, because fuck Garmin Lord. Actually, I don't want to put his face on the stream. I don't want Garmin Lord's face on this channel. Let's not do that. But how does he look? Okay, he's got a goatee. His hair's gray because he's an old man. That's kind of it, basically. Specs. Can I not change any of this? I could have sworn that I'm allowed to change all that stuff. Ah, here it is. Okay. So this is like the text that it'll generate all of Garmin Lord's life off of. I hate him so much. Gotta know exactly what he looks like. How does he look with his eyes? Oh, yeah, of course. I should have known. You're so right. So this whole backstory about an abusive parent, let's get that out of here. This is our fun game, our silly game. So why don't we also, is the music from the game really quick? Is this a little quiet? Is it a little loud? Because it's kind of loud in my ears. Let's write a little story about Garmin Lord. Little Garm Jr. First of his name. is the son of the Garmin Lord, founder of Theodism, and Stinky Cheese Man. What are some things that little Garm Jr. might have done, folks? Let's get some suggestions from the audience. What's a funny thing to do, you know? Could probably dog him. Has small wrists, very dainty. He does have very small wrists. He is very, let's put this in all caps, insecure about his dainty, lil, garmy wrists. What does that mean? Don't ask me. Lil hosts a podcast with Torinin about the virtues of a life in service of your dogs. He's an animal lover. He's got a peanut allergy, can't cook, has a tendency to, what does that say? Lick random objects. I don't know about that. I mean, maybe he has a tendency to lick. Oh, it didn't save any of it. You bastard. I have to rewrite all of this. Or Junior. You're gonna see firsthand how horrible my typing skills are. His name is the son of the infamous Garmin Lord. I don't. Here's the thing. I do think that Garmin Lord has some weird stuff, Stephen, but I don't know if there's any other meaning of doorknob liquor, and so I don't want to say that. I don't know what it means. Strained relationships with his hamster. That's a good one. That's a good one, Knox. Secure. Misses his hamster dearly, but worries he might be too emotionally unavailable for his hamster. Was once the head chef at Ye Olde Waffle House. Oh, that's a good one. Little Garm, disgraced by his taste in pizza. Now works at the Waffle House, hoping one day to reclaim his rightful place as the as the worst person in the land. period. Okay. There we go. That's the story of Little Garm Jr. I wish I could change these hooks. I don't know how. I don't think I can. So, we can just randomize this a little bit. We'll get a warrior and a ranger, and Little Garm Jr. is gonna be hopefully our wizard. And let's just get right into this. Sure, keep the abilities. These are characters from previous adventures, I guess. Oh, you're good at running. That's your job. It's gonna take a second to generate. Here we go. Tor, are you telling me you don't want to host a podcast with Little Garm Jr.? Tried finding people for Pummel Party and instead Helger is posting. Ah, fishy. Don't say those words. You bring that bad stuff into my house. Don't do it. All right. Get in the scene for a second.
Awaken, Oath-taker. Lower yourself. The secrets of creation lie within these depths. At your fingertips, every golden spark of power, knowledge, pleasure. Peel your eyes to darkness and see the only truth. Awaken. Awaken. The surface was always harsh, cold, and cruel. Awaken. Awaken. You sacrificed so much to belong on that sun-struck plateau, and still they rejected you, cast you off. They will feel the prophet's wrath. Awaken. Your freedom is buried beneath the ground. Find it. Awaken. 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 Awaken.
I was gonna say, I swear, if there was another slide that said awaken, I was gonna lose my mind. Preemptively ban Helgrir? All for it. You know what? Go ahead. Wake up. Meanwhile, Mustakrish. Hey, you wanna die? Come on, get up. They're all around us, Freyla. At least his eyes are open. Easy now, your grandma's worried. Who the fuck is my grandma? Young idiot. Drives me crazy. You chose this? Anyway, you'll need to fight if you want to live. Oh, this is Little Garm Jr. This is from the POV of Little Garm. Let's get a stick. This is a stick. We'll need to go out the way we came, before they overwhelm us. And then the combat starts. And it's gonna be kind of goofy. All heroes gain a little armor. There's these cards, they tell you what's going on. Let's just start hitting things. That's usually the best thing to do when you're playing a game. Okay, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Hey, Svenulf, don't ask that. If we can actually stop talking about the Dia, I would genuinely appreciate that. Can you not do anything? He can't do anything. Oh, because he's just picked up a stick, I guess. He doesn't know how to use a stick. Why is it so much louder than the music? There we go. And then shoot. Didn't work. Little Garm Jr. taking a hit and then running away like a coward. Very fitting. Very fitting indeed. We stand hating on Garmin Lord here. There's nothing through here, isn't there? It's probably through that door, isn't it? Normally doors hide away to keep moving. Tricksy like that. All these little rock creatures. They look like they're... Are they blind? They look weird. They kind of look like Fishy's mom. Here. Just be glad it's Geodudes and not Zubats? True. I would not want to have to deal with a bunch of bats. Although the people... They're kind of batty. Oh no, those are horns. I thought those were ears. You know, this kind of looks like every bad shaman cosplay. Like if you were going to a Highlung concert, I imagine you'd look like this Woken Slinger. You know? Oi. Fantasy games. All heroes must... Oh, I should have read the instructions at the top that say you need to escape. I was just gonna sit in this room forever. I think Little Garm Jr. might just die. This is not good. Woken Slinger was the name of my Fish cover band in high school. Nice. That's pretty funny. These things are they're just horrible. Is there a fast forward button? Could I make combat go faster? Oh no, Lil Garm Jr. has died. I'm afraid he was not long for the world. No one missed him. He was in fact the worst person. But the hit is worse than Lil had braced for. He struggles to stay up. That's what I get for attracting attention. Everything goes slow and dim. Now we can choose for him to become... just die. For him to die and... or for him to become, like... injured and lose permanent health for the game. Who's gonna tell his hamster? He can just die and kill something next to him, or die and give everyone a buff. And I think we're just gonna let him get some kind of injury, and he'll come back. Little Garm Jr. not, living up to everyone's expectations. At least I've got a good reason. Not broken, but perhaps a little bit bent, Lil slips away. That's the sound you make when you're wait, that was defeat? We lost the first encounter. Deserved F, rip. Slow and dim was my nickname in college. I heard that about you, Tor. Despite your sacrifices, the battle at Badger Chasm ended in defeat. Oh. Wait, that's just a game over? I guess if you lose the first encounter, you just lose the game. Let's not lose this time, huh? That's on me. Be the hamster next game. Seek revenge for your slain lover. I wish I could make a hamster. They don't let you do that. You know, I'm a little upset that it's gonna take more time to get this finished now, but at the same time, I'm really happy that we just watched Lil Garm Jr. die on camera. Wait. There's a lot. There's a lot of enemies here for a first encounter. I don't think I can even move forward because they're just blocking every tile. Didn't work. Little Garm, you are just the worst. Okay. I do kind of love the like game token aesthetics because everyone is just like this still image and they're 2D and they hop around like they're tokens. It's like you're actually playing a board game, you know? Except not, because it's a video game. It's almost like he took a stick. Well, I mean, hold on, Sig. A stick is a mighty weapon. If it works for Thor and Oakenshield, you know. I've lost the light. What do you mean you lost the light? The way up. This place is a maze. From the belly of the earth, a horn lowly howls. Humming voices echo the note, a wave of dark bile flooding up the warren's snaking hole. The Shadow Hunter! That's his call. I think I'm making the decision that this is going to be the voice of Little Garm Jr., because I wanted to be as annoying as possible. Thorin famously did not use the stick as a weapon. Well, I mean, if you think about it, a shield is a weapon, you know, you take it, you hit people with it, you know, and Thorin, he did a lot of hitting in the movies. Drums in the deep. Which way? I don't know either. But Little remembers now. He's not sure how. He can feel it in his feet. Follow me. Follow me. I already forgot the voice. And they just stand there and don't say anything. They just fucking staring at him. There's more enemies. Oh, we have to go further. Can y'all catch up? Okay, but like every kid is born knowing the power of a good stick, we just lose the wisdom along the way. True. I mean, what is a sword if not just a stick that's got a little more fancy? The road goes ever on and on. Oh, this isn't a slinger, this is just the Woken. Surprisingly, looks a lot like Fishy's mom. I don't know how this has happened, but they've just, maybe I'll have to check and see if she's credited. I'm just gonna keep making our way down here. Oh, I should probably change the title of the stream. And set the Category gaming. Boom. Save. Alright. The Horn Child. Talking in cracks and crumbles, viciously throwing itself at whatever it sees. I know I said this looks like Fishy's mom earlier, but in reality, this is Valley. Because, that meme talks in stick and mud language? That's just Valley. It seems that Lil Garm Jr. significantly better at running away than actually doing anything, which the same can be said about the actual Garmin Lord. Is this count as libel? Nah. Let's get everyone out of here, and that'll be the first encounter done. Just running away. Oh, we got some warrior armor? Is this better? Less speed, more armor, less dodge. Yeah, go for it. They emerge from the tunnel into the scarlet-brown afternoon. Thunderheads rolling in from the east and north. You knew the way. Let's put some distance behind us. That noise is still ringing in my skull. Calamities. Your enemies improve their strategies after every fight. So now the Horn Children come in packs of 2 instead of just 1, which is not good. Children of the Horn. Scarlet brown? Yeah, Tor, scarlet brown, like the color of a burnt orange. Scarlet brown. Does it count as slander if they deserve it? Yeah. A knight's... I'm sorry, I just had to laugh at the title of this. The name of this story is called Homecoming Road Going. I sure hope it does. A night storm shakes their tent. Water runs under the canvas and soaks them. Attempts at a fire are futile. I don't know what you expect to see out there. Better to look at nothing than blind yourself in the face of danger. Ha. Excuse me, who are you two? Us. We do jobs. I'm Inest, that's Freyla. Your grandma told us you'd been coaxed into joining the wrong sort of folks. We do jobs is the most suspicious way to say what you are. You could have said adventurer, you could have said hero of the land, you could have said just some dude. But we do jobs, that's... Yikes. Joining the dirtists or something? Right, and she promised us a few coins if we get you back. I see. The dirtists. Dirtistry. I've known a few dirtists in my day. I personally prefer the Cult of Mud, but that's besides the point. Lil lies abruptly down. The rain pounds and pools. It lets up just before dawn. I chose that path. I went there because Anyway, I chose it. Your grandmother's the only one who would have even noticed or cared. My grandmother, not your grandmother. I don't think we know who Garmendor's dad is. I don't know who Garmendor's grandmother is, but I wonder what she would think about her son starting a cult, and then a lot happening. You sure didn't seem too sad to leave it behind. A brisk, soggy march gets them back to the town of Cherryweld before lunch, but not before another downpour. Miserable place. Can you blame me for leaving? Why don't you let me go my own way? Our job's not done until you're home.
walk through this door, and you can do whatever else you want. The old woman stands up from her chair as the door opens. Lo, my boy. I'm back, grandmother. A lengthy scolding follows. What could have possessed you? A shouting match, whose words are drowned in the rain. Why, you old woman, I can do whatever I want. Not in my house, you can't. Something like that, probably. I can start a cult just like father. I want to start a cult. Please let me start a cult. That's what I imagined him doing, being a little piss baby. If I was that grandma, I'd give him more than a talking to. Okay. Grey Getty's place is just up the road. Grey Getty's tavern is exempt, except for Getty himself. Or is empty. Wow, I just took the words empty and accept and said exempt. Boy, it's empty except for Getty himself. They eat a late lunch and stand finishing their drinks. Coming down hard still. I'll tell you, these cultists are a bigger problem than everyone thought. Rumor is the Westland Passage is blocked. They control the road. You saying that's for us to do? It's a job for someone. Leaving already? Well, they do jobs, Garmin Lord. They gotta go do jobs. Not just yet. Oh, well, sounds like he's got something to tell us, doesn't it? I'm not as good at this kind of thing. I just want to ask if you'd take you with us? I don't know. I suppose that's it. I want to go. Anywhere, really. Your grandma wouldn't object. Like... They put the still of him talking with his grandma in black and white, or sepia tone, as if to convey that it happened a long time ago, when it was literally just a couple of seconds ago. And the worst thing is, there's shows that do that now. They'll do a flashback to something that happened earlier in the episode. It's ridiculous. I don't want to be a burden on her anymore. I used to promise that I'd find a way to make something of myself, make her proud. Found the second Theod. I have to do it. Well, it's up to you. You'll have to make yourself useful, of course. We were thinking of expanding our operation, becoming a true company of heroes. All that we're missing is a name. What do you think of the... Okay, got some options. Was it the Bringers of the Ebony Crown? Didn't we decide on the Kingdom of the Seeking Eternity? Should I tell them my idea? Which is the custom one. Anybody have a care for Bringer of the Ebony Crown or the Kingdom of the Seeking Eternity? Theod 2 Electric Boogaloo? That's a good name. That is a good name. Custom. Okay. Let's see what the random option is first. The Avengers of Fortitude. The Maze of Fortitude. Why would you call yourself a maze? The Trout Rogues. Sig, I am not naming the group New Theodism now with sex. There was already sex in Theodism. Trout Rogues is pretty good. What if we, what is the name of Garmin Lord's Theod Aldricha? No, Sig is cooking. Why don't we just name this Trout Richa? It's the Trout Theod. Oh, I can't put periods. Can I put dashes? Okay, so instead of putting a ... I'll have to give now with sex. Count me in. Just try not to be annoying. The Trout Notebooks was the name of your fish cover band in high school? No way. The mountain pass to the Westlands is being blocked, so we hear. There's plenty of work to be done between here and there. Some of it bloody, dangerous. I'll do whatever you ask of me. If not for myself, then for my grandmother. Here, follow the tales of Troutreacher, now with sex. Deeper secrets await them. Lilgarm Jr. is now a Greenhorn Mystic. That's the name of the mage class. We can have Lilgarm Jr. be able to ignite people or debris, interact with metals. So the way magic works in this game is kind of neat. You pick essentially objects that you can interfuse with, and you're kind of like a poltergeist, you know? You might make a trap fire or a barrel explode. Grandmother is the hamster? Those are words, and we're just gonna sit on them for a second, because I think you're right, and I don't know how to process that. Hold on. Can I just... This is better. I think this looks more true to life. Let's put you back, going back in the corner, Dobby. Let's just go for this because it's the most useful. Nothing happened. I haven't done anything, and there's already more calamities. I just read a little story. Who would win, Dobby or Gollum? That's a great question, because Dobby is all... Master gave Dobby a sock. And so Dobby has magical house elf powers, and Dobby can teleport places, but Dobby can't stop a knife from teleporting. And Dobby is very proud of Master Potter. But Gollum is all like, "Wah, Gollum," and that's kind of intimidating. And if you think about it, that's half the battle right there, is going Gollum, you know. So I think it's Gollum. I think Gollum wins, even if he doesn't have the magic that Dobby has, because, you know, he's just a dude. Gollum has ambition. I don't think Dobby wants to kill anyone. Dobby has no killer's instincts. Gollum eats fish. Okay. Unnaturally good Gollum noise? What do you mean unnaturally good Gollum noise? Anyone can do a Gollum noise. All you do is you take your throat, right? Right, get your throat and tap it a bit. Don't, it didn't like doing that. I hit my throat too hard. You know, you're talking out of your asparagus. Okay, so we can either get a new person to join Troutreacher now with sex, or we can just keep moving. I think we want to get a fourth member of our party. Give it to us wriggling and wet. Oh yeah, that is what Gollum says. Ah, precious. Give it to us wriggling and wet. This doesn't really sound like Gollum. It sounds a little bit like Garmin Lord Jr. I can only really do the one voice. Let's go get this new person. Randomize this person. Or actually, hold on.
Raw and wriggling.
What is a good person to accompany Garmin Lord? And I think that's gonna be Diana Paxson. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to put Diana Paxson on here. I gotta look at what Diana Paxson looks like. Oh, okay. It's not the impression I had. Give Garmin Lord the meat and give it to him raw.
I will not be giving Garmin Lord any meat. It's not my prerogative. Do not allow random romances. Do not allow children. Voice. Boom. Boom. Can I make them older? Can I not? No? Okay. Only option I seem to have to make someone look older is to gray their hair. She's shortish white hair, met her at Three Rivers thing like 6 years ago. Okay, well I'll go back to short then. Alright. This is Diana Paxson, the goofish leader. It didn't take long to trek back to Cherryweld, and the town still seemed like the best bet for finding another able pair of hands. Nod. Nodding noises. Wait! It's you, from the heroes? Right. Anyway, I was hoping you'd come back. Everything all right? Oh, everything's fine, and that's just it. It's been quiet in Cherryweld so far, but I heard those things you said. That talk of a person's ultimate duty to protect their home and family. I don't think anyone said that. This is another... Diana Paxson has been on the screen for less than 5 minutes, and she's already said some wild fucking shit that nobody said before and is quoting it like it just happened. This is... Somehow the machine knew. It knew exactly what to do. It understood the assignment. And it stuck with me more than I would have thought. Is that how we put it? Possibly. Farming a company of heroes can get one a little fired up. You were right, though. I can't think of a more timely calling. And such a company is a solid start to beating back any lurking threats. Well, we could use another fighter on our side if you're up for it. Oh, fantastic! I'm glad you offered. There's a lot still to be done out there. Far be it from us to turn you down, then. Okay. So, do we want Diana Paxson to be a warrior, a hunter, or a mystic? Oddly enough, it looks like the mystic is bugged out and the bow is, like, still on this screen. Oh, hey, Deacon. You know that thing you promised to take me to the moon to swim the seas of Orion for? Mystic? Mystic. Do we want the dueling mystics of Garmin Lord and Diana Paxson? I think we are gonna have the dueling mystics of Garmin Lord and Diana Paxson. That was the whole comic, was just a frame of her staring at some test tubes. Oh, I'm sorry, Sig, it's too late. I gotta forget that there's I gotta remember that there's a delay. Okay. Diana Paxson is now prepared for adventure. I think Diana Paxson's really good at soul splitting. Or arches. Diana bonds with the earth and summons from seedling and silt a wondrous tree that pins surrounding enemies. Yeah, let's go with that one. And off we go to the intimidating halls of Badger Chasm. Oh, I forgot to hit move there. Next one should be a warrior. I think we're only allowed to have 4 in the party at a time. Arrived at Friendly Aspen's Timberland. That sounds like a really bad theme park.
Burning out the smell is a start. You'll have to leave the ghosts to me, though.
Why do we have to leave? You're not the only wizard, Little Garm Jr. Secure Badger Chasm.
Let's just do a little bit of, you know what? It's early in the game. We can do a thorough job, get an item out of this. A thorough delving through the mysteries of Badger Chasm has proven rewarding. And now it's on to the next challenge. Badger Chasm will return to the hands of the common folk. While they tend it, the sites will provide resources at the end of every chapter. 2 ingots and a spell threads. These are just crafting resources for in between chapters. An old necklace with a craggy gem, +5 accuracy. Little Garm, you missed a lot. Have a little accuracy, I guess, you know. I don't trust you to be able to hit things. His eyes don't work too good. Mystic Fields has been revealed, and there's a fight here. The common folk are the last people who should be in a chasm full of badgers. Shake my head. Well, you know, it might not be a honey badger. It might be a nice badger, you know, like a badger mole from Avatar. But the chasm part does seem a little bad. What happens... This might be a dumb question. It's actually definitely a dumb question. But what happens when you get a badger... Not a badger, a chasm, and it starts raining? If you build your city in the middle of a chasm, you're gonna get flooded, right? Why aren't all chasms flooded? Things to think about. What was the guy's name we're supposed to keep an eye out for? I think... Oh. I totally forgot that there's rivers at the bottom of chasms. I guess no, maybe not all of them. Because, like, what if there's a chasm and the river's dried up in the desert, you know? Or something like that? I think that chasm would probably still get flooded. What was that guy's name we're supposed to keep an eye out for? Morgulf, I think. Morgulf. From what I know of field folk, they normally spread themselves out over the landscape. Can't blame them. These aren't exactly normal times, though. And his wife seemed concerned anyway. Whose wife? Morgulf's? Of course she is. Old Morgulf seems distracted. They're spending more time out in the ruins, watching the goats. Or so he says. I'd be concerned too. Is that the story? Sometimes he wouldn't even come home at night. The lady seems at a loss. The relationship had some deep weeds in there. How do you get people to tell you these things? That's a really good question. No idea, but if you know how to make them stop, I'm all ears. Clouds grow like lichen over the sky. They pick their way through the building bones until a shout rings out from the close by. Come on, come on. Up the hill, a man stands against a monument. His gaze darts between the sky. Come on. And the shadows of approaching Morthagi, which are these robot creatures, I guess. Get around him, quickly. Or, let's sneak in while he's got their attention. So we can either sneak, or we can just surround Morgulf. I don't know why this is called Distant Thunder. That makes literally no sense. Had nothing to do with this. I think we're gonna be the vigilant or the valiant heroes and just get around them. Troutreacher, now with sex, rushes towards the monument. He's carrying a frying pan. Alright, we've got the Watchman, the Sommelier, and the Spectic. I don't know what any of them do, but that one has bows, and that one is dripping with acid, so I'm concerned. We may not win this fight. So I don't think there's anything down there. Let's go ahead to here. Little Garm Jr., if you can pop up here and interfuse with that ruined pillar and use Discus.
So, like I said earlier, the mages, they like interact with the world in a funky way. And one of them is throwing rocks out of other rocks. Once you run out of scenery, your mages really can't do anything. So you have to be very careful about what cover you're breaking to do damage. Just wait here, buddy. See if we can't pin them in that tree. Nice job, Diana Paxson. Just sit there. Boom. Good damage. We fucking crushed that. We just destroyed that encounter. 3 stars. Throwing knives. Lets you have a throwing knife that you can use 3 times per mission for free. Guess we'll give it to our ranger. The clouds begin to disperse, and Diana regards the man who is now rubbing his arms and staring at the ground. Morgulf. Do I know you? Your wife sends her regards. He's just closed his eyes and is doing the, like, okay symbol. What is this power play? You're in a conversation and someone brings up your wife and you're just like... What is the point of that? So what's the story? Watching the goats? The goats do like it here. Meh. They climb the ruins. Meh. Brah. Seg. But that's not... When the field began to get more dangerous, I thought it might be time to finally... Oh, that's him saying that. I thought it might be time to finally use the storm well here. This? What is it? Surprised you haven't heard of it. The thing's been on the family land forever. Uncle said it was curing. We had stories that it could... This is going to sound crazy, but... that it could give you power. And my family are abysmal storytellers, see? Terrible imaginations. So I thought... maybe they're not just stories. Maybe I could, you know, protect the goats. Bah. And my wife, my Quidri. My dear beloved Quidri. With a name that matches the face, if I could get a hold of that power. It takes time. Some old family recipes and time. Lots of time to get a Stormwell to give up its secrets. I didn't want to tell Quidri. Rather, she came up with a story of her own. Better than the story of a goat herd trying to wear a hat 2 sizes too big for him. It's a shame, though. I needed maybe one more good storm. The clouds looked promising today, and I thought I could finish the process before the monsters got here. No such luck. It was silly now that I've seen what fighting really is. I'm not cut for it. Glad I never told Quidri. So now you're going to... count my goats and go home? Yeah. Unless one of you wants it. I love... They always just make these faces and don't say anything. It's possible. Make the beasts pay good next time. The sky's clearing now, but if you want me to take up on it, come back sometime. Ask for Morgulf. Quidry, too. We'll feed you, put you up, give you other worldly powers. Field folk hospitality, you know? Meh. No one says a word. So I guess I gotta come back here to get that power thing. I mean, could we just do it now? I think we can just do it now. How many turns would it take? 14 days. Who wants the power? Okay. Are we buffing Diana Paxson or Little Garm Jr.? Because personally, I think we should buff Little Garm Jr. Seeing some LGJs in the chat? Okay. Oh, I gotta sneeze. No sneeze. No sneeze. Little Garm Jr. would be an excellent choice, but Diana would totally go for it herself. So deny her. Diana Paxson cannot be trusted with power. These are all excellent points. And so for that reason, we're gonna go with Little Garm Jr. The Stormwell. And I guess everyone else can secure the site. Morgulf and Quidry welcomed Lil and stuffed him full of bristleberry pie and goat cheese while they waited for a storm to roll in. I don't know why I'm trying to make storm sounds by rolling my tongue. Right, this is more like it. Quidry, get your boots. You stay. By rumble. Morgulf tinkered with the top of the Stormwell. Careful, Icarus. Rumble. Wonderful, good sign, almost there. You call us when you're ready. Broom, broom. So what did you... Wait, what was the broom broom for? So, what did you give up? 4? The whole heroing? You know, like your goats or your spouse, to name examples at random? Oh. Plausible deniability. What? Nothing? That's suspicious. There's a little out there, in another time, who maybe got some goats and a wife. Maybe he wasn't even happy. Kachika. Yeah. I'll never know his story, but this one's mine. Lil's musings are sharply interrupted by the crack of a lightning bolt. Morgulf! Whoomp. She looks disappointed that he wasn't struck by lightning. It's been a long flower to bloom, but it's quite pretty now, isn't it? The Stormwell fills with light, our water, or both. It swirls and spills over the sides. I should have asked this before, but am I gonna have to fight something? Probably not. What happens now, then? Well, that wasn't in the stories. The ancient voices of the Tempest aren't telling you. No. Oh. This is going to change a part of Garmin Lord's body forever. Do we want him to have a funny head, a funny arm, or a funny leg? Because a funny head is very funny, but it does replace Little Garm Jr.'s head. Head, take a drink. Funny head for funny ideas. from New York leg, funny arm, head. We're getting a lot of votes for head. Go full tier, funny leg. Gotcha. I think let's just go for the head, like Thanos always says. Should have gone for the head.
Lil draws his face close to the water. Tiny flashes within it hold his gaze.
Suddenly, it's obvious what he's supposed to do. How did it taste?
A little metallic. Not great, honestly.
Oh my gosh, he's gone fucking Harry Potter. He's got a lightning bolt on his head. Little Garmin Jr. is the chosen one. He's supposed to fight Voldemort and bring balance to the realm. No, little Garm.
You both okay?
Meanwhile, everyone else is securing the town. I can't believe he's gone Harry Potter. Diana Paxton is now a rival with our archer. I guess. And we got a Talisman of Courage. Add some block to our fighter. You're a Theod, Harry. You're a Jarl, Harry. Where can we even go from here? That's mountains. We have to get to here. Oh. We went the complete wrong direction. Oopsie daisy. I should have looked down from the map. Here's something you won't see underground.
Never knew about this place.
Not many do. Sometimes when your spirit feels dirty, it helps to have a place you can wash it clean again. Gives you cause to, keep going. Can I ask you a serious question? The cult, the deepists, you don't look like one of them. In fact, they don't look like anyone I've ever seen. Can you explain that?
Oh.
Falling streams, rush, splash, and sing. Tadpoles flute. Flute? I think that's meant to say float. Float aimlessly round in the clear water. Older frogs are scarce and furtive.
I saw it happen. By that time, I'd been down there for 2 days. You lose track. There was someone else, John Con. John Con was his name. Early arrival. He was all ready for the ceremony. Took his oaths. The oaths I took, I can't remember them. I ate a mushroom of some kind. Fell asleep. Your oaths are completed when you awaken from them.
That sounds like some shit Garmin Lord would do. Like,
Jesus. John Con went before me. He consumed what they gave him. He went into the Chamber of Dreams to sleep. He was in there a day or so, and then a pair of priests went in, and I could hear. I'm not sure. The man who came out had John Con's body, John Con's face, but different. Warped, pulled, and whittled at. Could barely speak. Skin gone strange, pigments leached and blued and weirded. Did as he was bidden. Ate what he was bidden.
You saw all of that, but you were going to let them do it to you?
My choices were gone by that point. The only hope was through.
And by through, you mean?
The deepening is a process. It's how it was explained to me, while John Con took a step back to his blank and more privated state. I was only in order to prepare for him for his descent. And as he lowered himself, his mind would be reborn. Better, deeper, more powerful, blessed by the prophet. And he would be embraced, valued, loved by all his brethren. It's like graduating from one stage to another. Growing up, or down, I suppose.
The noises of these delicate falls isn't loud enough. Their dampened skins and clothes feel cold, fingers numb, blue. Time to go? Right, yeah. Come on, Lil Garm Jr. Miles to make before the sun falls. Let's not be idle.
Coming.
Well, there was just some exposition from Lil Garm Jr. Holy moly. I mean, if that's not a metaphor for cult, what? It's not a metaphor, really. It is just a cult, isn't it? I'm not building an outpost. I think we need to go that way. Can we move, please? Let's go. A conference for Johns. I think John Con, I think his last name was Duncan. So it was John Con Duncan. Which was really confusing when you find out that John Con's middle name is just a series of silent letters. And so you have to put a pause in there. So it's like John Con Duncan. And it's a lot longer of a pause than you would imagine. Let's remove that. The Adventures of John Con will not be forgotten. Actually, when we saved Lil Garm Jr., we probably killed John Con. Long John Con Duncan. I think we'll probably do one more of these encounters, and then I think I'm going to end the stream. Because we've been on here for about 2.5 hours, and that's good. But I'm getting a little tired. I got school in the morning. On the road to Brisk Gale Smithery. Some kind of mud pit over here. Really stinky one.
Says it's muddy.
Yeah. Duh. I have ears, Little Garm Jr. Hey, you ever think about farming? Well, I mean, if we weren't fighting all the time, and actually we didn't need to, if you had a bit of land like this, you know, what kind of things would you grow?
Mushrooms. Don't need a lot of tending. Obvious choice, really.
They're a lot like you, mushrooms.
I mean, sure, I guess. I don't know what that means.
For me, I always like those little stick things. What do you call them? Asparaguses?
You do really like them.
Hey, Anest, what about you? What would you grow? Huh? I guess I'd... Why is this a choice? What is the impact of choosing this? I'd grow nothing. Yo, call me asparagus. They live a grueling life, those farmers. That's not what I'd want, I'm saying. Well, it's not for everyone, sure. And anyway, if it really was a strifeless world, I don't know, I think I'd feel even less inclined to stay put, to forge connections. Like we'd still be friends, though. Like to think we'd still be friends, though.
Sun's getting low.
Ah, the sun is getting low.
Sure is.
Did I hear it was muddy ahead? She said so. Diana. +4 potency. So if you choose not to farm, it makes you a better wizard. Because potency is the wizard stat, I guess. Okay. These are some ugly looking things. Oh, there's a water spirit. Let's open this door. Oh, they are right there. Hey, Diana Paxson. Can you get to the water spirit? Probably not. This lamp. Wilgarm Jr. Pinned. Oh, we can just take pot shots at him. Call me asparagus. Oh, there's an alarm? Oh, is that wait, that's a mage? That's a... Uh-oh. They've got magic lizards. Yep, just do the move. Nice, blocked. Because they killed one, Diana Paxson is going to get a buff to trying to kill other things because of their rivalry. Gotta try and find that water spirit before it gets away. Because they do good things. And I guess we're just gonna keep on buffing Wildermyth Jr. at this point.
You'd prefer to be left alone, wouldn't you?
Enchant staff or get a legacy point? Let's get for an enchanted water staff. There's no dialogue. Place walking staff with the Fire Elm Pillar. If you stun something, or if you get a critical hit, you get your action point back. That's pretty damn good. Lilgarm's plot device. Making some moves. Probably can't kill this thing this turn. So maybe... Oh, there's nothing to fuse to. I guess let's just try these eggs. Throwing eggs at things. Thanks, Diana Paxson. Is that the end of the encounter? Yeah, it is. Let's go. Let's go. John Con will be avenged. Bonus damage. We're going vertical. We're gonna make Wildermyth Jr. the most powerful wizard of all time. The Thrixels are slain. Battles led them down a boulderous room where grey grasses matches the cloud color. Someone doing dragon pictures? Hey, Freyla, old Freyla Pewterthorn, the fighter we deserve. You badly hurt? So what's your favorite monster? Oh, definitely the tenfold gorilla. Busting big lizards always was partial to that. I like the tenfold gorilla. Now, is the gorilla 10 times the size of a normal gorilla, or does it just have 10 folds? Things to think about. Gotta be a classic. Like, do we count dryads? I came here to say dryads. Don't ask me specifically. That's not his voice. He's not from New York. Oh shoot, how do I do a British accent again? Got to be a classic, like, do we count dryads? Ah, yes, this is Little Gum. Those answers are fine, but some of us will always love a dragon. Just the legends, the impossible challenge they represent, and the way we both fear them and feel sympathy for them. Was always drawn to dragons. Can't wait until we're around a fire. The stories will soar. What the fuck? Let's scout it, because at least that'll give us one last comic to end on, I hope. I think it gives us a comic. Does not give us a comic. Why not? Let's clear one more out. I got time for one more. The Tenfold Gorilla would do another encounter. The Fire Eagles by Ursula Vernon. It's not by Ursula Vernon. That's not a real person. Hot on the tracks of band of enemies, our intrepid party races through the woods. The party of Trout Reacher, now with sex. Well, less racing and more, Look, who knew they'd be able to hide that well? It's not a very dense forest. Does anybody hear them? I hear yelling. Let's go. Help, anyone. I smell... burning. The woods are on fire. I got that, yeah. Trout Reacher, now with sex, rush to put out the flames. Ooh, someone named Lovely. Thank you. That got a little out of hand. Did the deepest set that? What? No, it was controlled burn. Well, emphasis more on the burn part than the controlled part. Is this another wizard? Wait, you set the woods on fire? Only some of them? Oh, thank goodness, otherwise it might be weird. Burning is very important for these woods. It keeps the fennel down. Fennel? Isn't that an herb? Well, yes, people cook with it, but it grows 6 feet tall and makes these thickets, so you have to burn it in order to save the eagles. It grows 6 feet tall thickets of fennel, and you have to burn it in order to save the eagles, because the eagles can't handle 6 feet of plant. No, heaven forbid, because eagles notoriously, they don't go very high. They like the ground. So you burn the woods to save the eagles who live in the woods. It's complicated. I can see that. Look, my name's Ovely. I'm here researching fire eagles. Maybe you could help me. Are we setting fire to the eagles? No, they're very rare. So you want us to hunt one and bring it back to you to study, right? What part of very rare was unclear? Come on, Diana. Eagles can't take off without a runway. Are these eagles that'll fly us to Mordor? Albatrosses are just jumbos. You know, I think you might be right that eagles can't fly without a runway. I've never seen an eagle take off. I've only ever seen a hawk. And they're different, I'm told. So this is complicated. There used to be boars. This is a lot of talking about fennel. So this is complicated. There used to be boars here, right? The boars were the only things that would eat the fennel, and then people hunted all the boars because in addition to fennel, they were eating people. I would lead with the eating people part.
That's a problem. Yes.
Not for the boars, presumably. So, once they killed the boars off, nothing ate the fennel, and then the fennel would get really thick, and bunnies loved this, because the thick fennel meant that the eagles couldn't see them. Tor, you did not just put 30 to 50 feral hogs in chat. So the fire eagles ultimately starved because there were no boars. The food chain is a harsh mistress.
I like bunnies.
Not as much as the eagles did. So anyway, burning the fennel will keep the bunnies from being able to hide, so the eagles won't starve. But that's just the beginning. Now we've got poachers coming in to steal eagle chicks and sell them on the black market. Right, I guess we could hunt some of these poachers for you. Right, but what's in it for us? We'll be honorable. Thank you so much, it's a big help. Seems likely it's the same bunch we were tracking earlier. There's a fire eagle nest about half a mile that way. Take out all the monsters around it. Oh, we got more high-lung listeners. Oh no. Okay, let's start with Lil Garm Jr. Constrict them with some cloth. Didn't work. That's a shame. But, just teleport to here. And hit him. It is an unhinged story, Tor. It's kinda wild. That's why I like this game. It's usually even more wild than this. Honestly, this has been kinda tame. Besides the boar fennel incident. That's probably the best story we've had today, besides John Kong. Master of the Four Elements. Yo, y'all seen that new Avatar, Avatar: The Last Airbender adaptation? It is okay. Just okay. Avatar: The Cringe Airbender? Okay, Sig. Tell us how you really feel. Oh, good, they're all clumping up like that. Lil Garm? It's your time. Lil Garm just killed a child. And right in front of everyone, and no one is stopping him. Oh, is that why you're not able to shoot? Because you're holding your throwing whip? Your throwing knife? No. Why can't you shoot? You're just too far away still? Really? You're an archer. Zhao the Moonslayer. Such a little Garm thing to do. Now, if the Zhao the Moonslayer is a reference to Avatar, I need you to know that I didn't watch the first episode or the second episode. I watched episodes 3 and 4, and then none of the rest of them. So if that's some funky character they added, or wait, no, because in the Avatar: The Last Airbender, there's the moonfish. I don't remember the name. I haven't seen that part of it. I just started in the middle and only watched the middle. Yeah, you can be a raider. This is the exact same armor. Blade, this is not the order of shows. I mean, you know. It's just what I do. Let's give Diana Paxson some health, I guess. Oh no! What is that thing? Is that one of the eagle chicks? Or are we too late? Oh, it's got a little fire tear. Oh, poor baby. These are not bird noises. Oh no. I think it likes you, Diana. Let's see what Uvli has to say. So we cleared out your poachers, but I think they'd already gotten a chick. Is it too late? Have we handled it and now it smells wrong and the mother won't take it back? Don't be ridiculous. Fire eagles have no sense of smell. True, birds can't smell. This is a common myth. Birds actually have a really good sense of smell. They just don't have a nose. But in case you thought that birds can't smell, that's a lie. So then we can put it back. And it'll stop hugging my leg and setting my socks on fire. No. What? This thing's really cute. That's not a fire eagle. It's a fire chicken. The poachers probably brought it. Yo, true, birds don't exist. So what do I do with it? I mean, they're pretty good in a mushroom sauce with some leeks. Anyway, thank you for helping me with the poachers. They all just look at the chicken. So what are you gonna do, Diana? Okay. So we can set it free or we can bring it with us. Do we... I mean, the answer is yes, we bring the fire chicken, right? Like, that's a no-brainer. Well, I can't leave him here. That weirdo will eat him. Looks like you have a new pet. What are you gonna name him? I don't know. Sparky, maybe? He looks like a Sparky. And that's it. We didn't get a chance to name the bird. Yo, how do you eat a fire chicken? You know what I mean? Because that's a lot of fire. I don't particularly care for putting fire in my mouth. It's not enjoyable of an experience. But there you have it. That's a little bit of Wildermyth. I think I'm gonna stop for the night because I'm what you call tired. Now what I could do is just leave the stream running and let Dobby take over. Yeah, I think he'd be pretty good at it. We'll save the game. And we might pick this up another time. What do you say?
Hello. It's me, Dobby. I had to say goodbye. Thank you for coming to the stream. If you have any requests, don't tell me. Dobby is a stream elf. Master gave Dobby a Logitech 1080p camera and a Blue Yeti. Dobby has become Stream Elf. Dobby wishes you all a good night and that you take care and take it to Dobby. This has been very fun. Don't forget, always lose your good soul.